Hey y'all, it's that time of year again where I gather up persimmon seeds from around the natural state and try and figure out what kind of winter we're going to have. So I got to looking it up. This is my 8th video to do this. In the beginning, I had little babies. Look at that, would ya? My first couple of years, I just did it for us here in Northwest Arkansas with my babies. Do you see that? And then as I started to do it for only in Arkansas, we've done the whole state. And luckily I've had a lot of friends help me out, and that's no different this year. So if you're not familiar with the old folk tradition, what you're supposed to do is find a persimmon seed in your area, split it open, and there is a kernel inside. Normally they are shaped like a knife, a spoon, or a fork. A spoon is supposed to symbolize a shovel, and it tells us we're going to have a lot of heavy, wet snow. We're going to be shoveling that snow. A fork is like a pitchfork, and I've heard it two different ways. The snow will slide through the pitchfork because we're having a dry winter, or you're going to need to use the pitchfork to gather hay to give to your livestock because it's going to be a long winter. And then you've got the knife. With the knife, supposedly the winds will be sharp and cutting and bitter and cold. So here we go. Let's see what kind of winter we're going to have around Arkansas. Central Arkansas was a little confusing to figure out this year, so I've got a couple of friends helping me out. Julie in White County and Christy down in Searcy. Let's take a look at Julie's. And from what she could see in person, she said it's kind of a spoony knife. And then Christy's, she said they're pretty knifey. So in Central Arkansas, we might be able to expect some heavy, wet snow, but bitterly cold with cutting winds. And then from Alicia down in Hope, that's Southwest Arkansas, knives. She found knives, so bitterly cold, cutting winds. Kelly down in Lake Village, that's in Southeast Arkansas, got spoons. Heavy, wet snow again. And then out of Jonesboro, Mark and Linda got spoons, but they're kind of pointy. So that knifey spoony thing, I know the spork's a thing, I don't know. So in Northeast Arkansas, you may have some wet weather, but it's also going to be bitterly cold and the windy, which you guys in Northeast Arkansas, you're used to wind. And that leaves us with Northwest Arkansas, and I can take care of that one myself. So let's check it out. And I tell y'all every year, I don't use a knife to split these seeds, but I know a lot of people do. That makes me really nervous because they're really slimy and have a really tough membrane on the outside of the seed that's tough to get off. So the sharp knife, slimy, hard, woody thing, I don't like it. Okay, let's try it out. I'm gonna stand it up between my teeth, make it pop down the middle. Good pop. Let's see what we got. Whoa, huh? That looks forky. That looks forky. I'm gonna try another one. Come on. We have one of each this year? That's crazy. Here's a separate fruit. I'm gonna pull a seed out of another one here. Seed number 2, Northwest Arkansas. Okay, 2 out of 2. That is like it's like a spoon with a sharp tip, but it's split. So that's 2 forks, y'all. Okay, I say Northwest Arkansas, we've got forks, which means we're gonna have a dry winter with powdery snow when we get it. So in southern Arkansas and eastern Arkansas and central Arkansas, it looks like we're gonna have some bitterly cold, wet, perhaps stuff going on. Northwest Arkansas, it's not gonna be so wet. Maybe a long winter, the snow we get may be powdery. You know, I don't know. Well, thank you all my friends around the state for sending in your photos. This is a lot of fun. I don't know how accurate it is, but I appreciate you nonetheless. And then too, of course, thank you Only in Arkansas for sponsoring this video. Life's what you make it. Let's get our hands dirty.